What's up, everybody? I'm going to do a quick collection review real quick. We'll go over all my knives. We'll do some folders at the end. We'll start with the least expensive, being the Fly Tie Lucha. Nice knife, runs on bearings. You know, for a beater, it's pretty good. Um, there's nothing else really to say about it. The stock handles, which I have here, weigh about as much as this knife does as is. These are stainless steel. These are titanium. Much better. It's actually It's actually fun to flip with these handles on. So I would definitely recommend getting them if that's in your budget for one of these. It's a fun little knife to have around. Next, we've got the 85. Now, this knife is pretty robust, to be honest. I mean, it runs on tang pins. Tang pins are cool if they're done correctly. I've never actually taken these apart, but it does look like you can take these apart, which is kind of scary because that usually is an indication that they have the capabilities of snapping off easier, because they're thinner than what's actually here. Now, I don't know if they actually are, but it does appear to be that way. Magnetic latch, pretty cool. It runs on bearings. Nothing spectacular there. It's not a great flipper, but if you're going to EDC a knife, it's in a bad choice, in a bad way to go. Channel construction, of course. We've got a mint NRB cent. Always lovely to have a Sentinel. This thing's probably one of the nuttiest knives I've got. Super fun to flip. Runs on bushings. Can't really do any flipping in front of the camera. Wish I could, but my setup doesn't allow that. Channel, like I said, bushings, tang pins, but these tang pins are strictly pins, and they no mushrooming has occurred on them, so I don't have any problems with it. The play on this, absolutely superb. Here's your play. So almost nothing. Nice knife. Oh, let's do the prices real quick. Lucha, I'm in about 300. This one's about 500, and then this one I got in a trade for my one-off Sentinel with the Tonto blade. I got this one plus cash. So this one, I mean, it's completely mint. So I don't know. I'd probably about close to 6. Is what I'd sell it for. I like having it anyway, so I'm not super excited to sell it or anything. Here we've got my squiggle handle rep, which is giving me issues, but it is still fun to flip. As you can see, I've got a different color screw here because this pivot likes to catch. It just does, and if I tighten it down anymore, it's binding. But this one seems to be just fine. And I had a buddy send me this one because my knife came pretty stripped, and with me trying to tune it, it got completely stripped. So I had to get a new one. This one seems to give me no problems, and the screws actually are different. This one is much longer. This one is a lot shorter. So I'd like to get another screw like this to take that one out. This way I wouldn't have any issues with it. But play on this one a little bit. The problem with these are there's almost no room in the handle for play. There's almost no room in the handle for any play, which means it's very easy to gain tap. This one doesn't have any, but you know, it is what it is. This one, probably about 700. I mean, the handles are almost 300 as is, and then the blade, I mean, I paid what, $450 for the actual knife, which I do have the stock scales for here. It was a hybrid, of course, so had to drop. Getting these handles dropped the weight quite a bit. Makes it a lot more fun to flip, for sure. So this one probably about 700. Moving up in the world. Alright, so we got our Monarch. This is a V1 Monarch. It is on bearings, so look at that handle gap. Oh yeah, almost nothing. I'm getting a V2 blade from JK on the next little drop he has. So hopefully this handle gap issue will be taken care of. It just is what it is. You got to roll with it. There's the play. A little bit, not a whole bunch, but luckily JK does have some thought. There's quite a bit of thought into his knives, it seems, and he's milled out a recess in here so that, you know, even if you do start to pick up play, you've got a little bit of room before you gather some tab. This knife, quite a bit of fun. It is on bearings, so it is quite loud. And V1 handles, it makes it super loud. The Monarch bearings is really one of the only knives that does the bearings right, in my opinion. I mean, this is about as good of a bearing knife as you can get. Full channel. So, you know, this one I think I paid $8.50 for, because I bought it with the handle gap. So, with a new blade, I'll be in about $1,100. Or something like that. Next, we'll be into the Elb Damascus. This is a V2 Damascus steel pro flipper. This nice knife, lovely knife. And this is the knife that unfortunately I'm trading for the mystery knife. Which is why I'm even making this video, because I want some documentation that I can look back on and see this gorgeous knife. I really don't want to get rid of it, but because of the situation, I kind of gotta. I mean, it's such a beautiful knife. I love this thing, man. This runs on IKBS, which, you know, it's not bad. It's not my favorite, but it's not horrible. It's very sturdy. This knife has almost no play. I mean, that is about as that might be just no play. You might be able to just call that no play. I mean, they don't move really any. If you like force them real hard, yeah, they'll move a little bit. But overall, wonderful knife, beautiful blade, great handles, weight's nice. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing to complain about here. Ugh. Screwing everything up. Okay. So, this one I think I paid $1,001 in total with shipping and everything. So, it's pretty nice. Pretty nice knife. Next up, Bally Viper. This is one of my favorites. It really is. I'm actually talking with Cerrone right now, working on getting another Cerrone knife. We'll see how things go. This one, I think it MSRP'd for about $1,300. Could be wrong, but I believe that's about what it was. I paid $15 for it, second hand. I don't regret it at all. It is a beautiful, beautiful knife. And just like the Monarch, it is a pinsless design as far as Zen pins go. No pins, no tang pins. So that's cool. Beautiful knife. Love this thing. Can't wait to get the next one. Alright, moving on. We've got Holy Grail. This is my Bally Viper. I love this knife. This knife absolutely sings. Beautiful hollow grind with a whole bunch of fingerprints on it. It is a fingerprint magnet. Nothing you can do about it. Even if you don't touch the knife, it will get fingerprints. I mean, yeah, that's just how it goes. It's got, you know, that beautiful Beautiful finish on it. That's lovely. I mean, that looks exactly like the finishes I do on some of my knives, where it's just straight off the grinder. You got some almost Scotch-Brite belts that'll give it this nice kind of satin finish to it. I do a lot of it on my knives. It just looks really good. There's no complaints. I mean, this knife, bushings, it does have the tang pins, or the tang pin right there at the back. Other than that, it stops right here and then right here. This knife absolutely, I mean, I could listen to that all day. Some people, that's too ringy. That's too much noise for some. I love it. I have no complaints. I absolutely love this knife. My girlfriend, not so much. She tries to kick me out of the room every time I pull it out, pull this knife out. And I don't really blame her. It's pretty loud, for sure. Channel construction. It's got your typical latch. I took it off. Just, it just makes it better. In my opinion, you don't have that latch flapping around, scratching up the bottom of your handles. But that's all. That's pretty much my entire collection, bally-wise, right now. Hoping to get the new one coming in. Unfortunately, I'll be trading my Elb and my Microtech Cypher for it. But it'll be a cool addition, and I've always wanted to try one. So we'll get to actually pick one up here. So let's go ahead and continue this. Let's move on to the folders here. So this ZT carbon fiber titanium, a lovely knife, absolutely beautiful, completely mint. This is the 0762. Beautiful. Lovely. Super light as well. Super light. Then we've got one of my favorites. I love that the inserts here. Beautiful. That marble-like carbon fiber. Titanium, of course, as with almost all ZTs. Got that nice pocket clip. A lot of fingerprints. Lovely. Got that nice that same finish as you got on the Bally Viper. This is a 0470 Sinkovich design. Sinkovich does amazing work. Absolutely love it. I don't even know if I want to ever get rid of that one. I mean, that one's pretty, for sure. And then we've got the this is my first ever ZT, 0095BW S35VN, as a lot of their knives are. Lock bar insert, pocket clips all scratched up because I did used to carry it. Beautiful blade, hides any scratches on the actual titanium or S35 because of that nice stonewash finish. Absolutely beautiful knife. Don't know if I want to get rid of that one either, but everything's for sale except for maybe my Bally Viper. We got the SOG Architect VG10 Damascus carbon fiber. Beautiful knife. I can't find any information on this knife, so if anybody has any information on it, go ahead and put it in the comments, because I really am curious on, one, what these things go for, two, if they even make them anymore, and three, just, any overall information, because I just can't find anything. It's a beautiful knife. I love it. It's just, it's hard to find information on it, really. We've got a mini Infidel that I don't think I can even get out of my case here, because, yeah, it's a mini Infidel. It's blacked out. Mint Infidel, but it's too small for me to be able to reach down in my case and actually grab it. So we'll move on to the Microtech. Yes, Combat Troodon. double edge. Beautiful knife. Lovely. I love this knife. I've used it a couple times maybe. Looks like we've got some wear spots there. I'm not sure what from, but anyway, nice knife. Beautiful action. Reliable. I mean, there's nothing more to say about it. And then, let's see, we've got the Cypher, which unfortunately I'm getting rid of. Cypher's in a very powerful knife. I mean, this thing, it kicks. For sure. And this one is actually bigger than the Combat Troodon, which I was told the Combat Troodon was the biggest double action Microtech that they made. But if we lay him here, you can well, you can't really see it, but here, let's do this. Let's see if we can do this. So on the back of that roller, it's about 9 1/4 ish. And then if we take this one, it's about, and I am going from the glass breaker, it's about 9. Yeah, it's about 9. Okay, so we've got a 9-incher here and a 9 1/4 incher. So this one is actually bigger, and I was told that this was the biggest. So if anybody else was told that, you're wrong. Or you've been misguided, I guess, is how I should put that. Beautiful knife. Unfortunately, it's going to be gone. I'm going to a new home, but I'll be getting something cool for it too, so I'm not too sad about it. Price on all of those knives, you know, it varies. I'm not worried about it. They go up and down. I think 2 of them are discontinued anyway. I'm talking about folders, the folders that I showed. I think 2 of them are discontinued, and I don't know anything about the SOG. And then the first ZT, the 72, I think it was, 76 too. I think it's like 340 MSRP, something like that. Combat Troodon's like 450, something around those lines, maybe 400, and then the Cypher about 400 to 500. But that's my entire collection. I know I made this draw out way longer than it should have, but I always like to try and keep something, or keep my videos at least a little interesting. Hopefully y'all enjoyed. Let me know if you have any suggestions or anything to add. Those are really all the knives that I've actually tried, bally-wise. I'm actually pretty new to collecting ballies. I've only been collecting for about a month now. So all the ballies I just gathered within the last month or so. Folders, I've been into folders forever, so I've tried a lot of folders. But if you have any suggestions or anything you want to see, anything you think I should try, definitely put it down in the comments. I'll do my best to pick it up. If I can find it for a reasonable price, I'll definitely try and see if I can secure one for sure. But until then, we'll leave you with the ELB Pro Flipper V2, just because it's gorgeous, and I'm gonna miss it. I don't want to get rid of it, but damn, that's gorgeous. Alright, talk to y'all later. Peace out.